we're going to talk about the Apple $1 trillion market cap and explain why this is such a silly number and it's actually based on false math. The problem is this formula for market cap. The math here, if you just multiply price by the shares outstanding, sure, that comes out to this number, but the problem is there's no logic behind it, or there's a seriously flawed logic behind it, okay? And here's why. The total number of shares outstanding Apple has is $4.8 billion. On August 2nd, okay, when this $1 trillion market cap was attained, only 60 million of those shares of 4.83 billion shares was actually traded. The price from this 60 million shares is being applied to all 4.8 billion shares when 98.8% of those shares were never even traded. But the reality is this price is actually attained with one or two or just a handful of transactions. It could literally be as little as just one share, okay? And that one share for that one price can be applied to all 4.83 billion shares. You guys can see a little bit of a problem with that already, I'm sure. So let me give you a more vivid example. On August 2nd, number of shares, 4.83 billion times 208 equals $1,004 billion. Now, let's say the next day I go to the market and I buy just one share for $210. Okay? Just one share. So I contribute two more dollars to this number. All right? What does that do when I just contribute only $2 because I'm only buying one share? Well, that would basically make Apple's valuation go to 1,014 billion. So meaning people who are holding Apple stocks in their 401k and their stock accounts, all of them will actually see a total gain of $10 billion, even though I just contributed two freaking dollars more into the market than the previous price. You see how how messed up that is? This bleeds into other areas in finance, other formulas they use too, because this is such a fundamental thing. Now, is the math okay for the market cap? Yeah, because that's how they calculate it. I'm not saying, they didn't multiply it correctly or anything. But the problem is you shouldn't apply this price on all the shares when really this is just like one share. And there's a serious disconnect in the logic they use. This also debunks myths that people think, oh, well, if I have stocks, I can just go to the market tomorrow and sell them. Everyone thinks that, oh yeah, if I have stocks, I could just cash out tomorrow. No, you can't if you actually pay attention to how everyone who is holding that thinks that, but every single day only that's actually being traded. So that's that. Now you can go out there and literally embarrass and destroy the lives of many finance professors. I'm not the one that can make anyone's money disappear because, yeah, I just don't have that power. If you have money, I have no power to make it disappear, okay? But what I can, of course, obviously do is point out that you don't have any money in your portfolio. Point out that Apple is not really worth $1 trillion as they miscalculated earlier. And that's the extent of my power. But trust me, that's pretty darn powerful. And now you all have the power to do that as well.